and on the Tenkara Talk blog. It is run by a gentleman named Jason Class. He is, I think, a well-known person in the Tenkara world and globally, actually. So that's cool. But what struck me about this collection, these flies are so innovative. And we're going to tie them with a little traditional, not traditional, but modern fly fishing twist. So we won't tie them exactly as the traditional Japanese flies go. But the first one we'll work on is this Ittoshiro area kabari, the black thread body with a simple hackle. To me, that is a really clean midge pattern. And so we'll do this same concept, but we'll tie it as a midge. So let's get started. The color I'm going to alter from black to something a little bit more midgy, maybe a brown, a dark brown. And we'll tie it on a smaller dry fly hook. We'll try an 18 to start. Little simple thread body midge pattern. Very excited. And then the hackle we might change to a grizz. That's what I'm thinking. Dark olive might be a good thread choice as well. But let's start with the brown, darker brown. I'm going to use a uni round thread rather than the UTC flat. I'm going to do the round to try to create a little bit of character in the body. Since the body will not be dubbed, we'll try to see if we can get some segmentation with the round thread. We might not be able to, but we will try. Usually for a thread body fly, you want a flat thread. But we're gonna try with the round thread. Okay, so there it is. Let me clip. Where's my scissors? Okay. So the first idea I had was to color up the thread. To try to create a rib. I don't know if it's gonna stand out. We'll try this. A little bit, not much. In fact, not much at all. But we tried. Okay, and then we'll do our hackle right about here. Since it looks like the hackle is oversized, I'm going to try to follow that. I think this is a good size. Let's check the length. Yeah. Simple thread body, oversized hackle. Great. I'm going to do a longer tie-in point than I normally would because I want the hackle to wrap clean. And so the first wrap will actually, there will be no hackle whatsoever. And I'll wrap it, and it should just stand straight up, nothing back, nothing forward. tie off. Trapped one of the hackles and we trapped 2 hackles and 3 hackles in the whip. That's okay. Just knock those out. All right, so that was our Ittoshiro kabari. The next fly we're gonna tie. So that's what we're going off of, the Ittoshiro kabari. Cool pattern, thread body hackle. This one looks sweet. The Kashimo kabari. To me, this has caddis larva, caddis pupa. Great representation. I like the peacock herl as a rib. You don't see that a lot. And then the color of the body, that mustard brown, is one of my favorites for caddis larva. So let's give that one a try. We might add a little bit of weight to our pattern, or not, or not. I'm going to oversize it a bit. It's actually pretty big. It says a size 11, and this is a 10. Extended body, extended hook. So this is a little bit bigger than what they would fish. So it's definitely a caddis larva type pattern. We'll keep our dark brown thread. Let's go ahead and tie in some peacock herl. The peacock herl looks a little stripped, doesn't look completely full. And then it looks like there's some multiple strands of it. So we'll do multiple strands. I'll try to clean them up a bit. So here's 2 butt sections. And then to clean them up, I'm just gonna run my index and thumb, and you can see the fibers are already starting to come off. Maybe we'll take half off, and then to clean them up a bit. Yeah, stick with that. Let's try to figure out the body material. I have a barred chenille that's pretty goofy looking. A micro chenille would be good, or dubbing. I would just do dubbing. Maybe we'll do a little bit of yellow wool, just a pinch, and then natural hair, the darker hairs there. Dark hairs here. So we'll mix a little bit of the yellow wool with the darker hairs here. I think that'll give us a good body material. I'm tearing the wool up, trying to get it into some smaller chunks. Then we'll blend that in. Let's wrap our peacock rib. Even if the peacock breaks, which it most certainly will, I think the fly will still be effective, which is cool. A little bit of taper on the body would be nice. We'll see what we can do. So there's the brown mixed with the yellow. It's a little, we need a little bit darker, I think. Yeah, it's not bad. Ripping that wool up. And then we'll make a rope, dubbing rope. And a little bit light. That's a good rope. And then we will wrap our dubbing, putting some wraps behind the peacock. 1, 2. Wrapping in front of the peacock. 1, 2, 3, 4. With a slight taper. We need more dubbing. Just a bit. And we'll stop there. Instead of wrapping, I'm gonna try to wrap and spin the peacock curl so the two sections can kind of support each other. It's a little bit hard to spin it. Don't spin it too much, it'll weaken it, but just enough so they can support each other. All right, that looks good. Let's tie that off. Trim that out. Clip it, clip it, clip it. That looks good. The hackle. The traditional kabari flies have a nice long hackle. It looks like they're using a hen hackle. I'm going to try to use this pheasant rump, a smaller feather. Maybe this one. And then most certainly that was tied in tip first, one side stripped and then wrapped. If you measure the hackle length, it's pretty good. So let's kind of doctor our feather. I'm going to take these soft barbs out. And then I'm going to clip one side. I'm not going to strip it because I think it'll weaken the feather, but I'm going to take one side as close as I can. And then I can save those for a different pattern. And then I'll tie it in tip first. Do a little tie-in point. I'm gonna tie them in so the butt of the feather's facing back, and then hopefully it's concave down. So the flashy part of the feather is facing me, the flat side of the feather is facing the camera, the butt of the feather is facing back. I think this is what we want. Hopefully those fibers go in the right direction. Yeah, they'll point down. I'll give it a little pinch wrap or dubbing wrap to help them. And then we'll slowly wrap our feather. And separating those barbs. And we'll tie off. Let's gather our material, lock it in, do ever so gentle pinch wrap to help those point back. Because I'm imitating caddis larva, I like a nice prominent black head on my caddis larva. So I'm going to take a little bit of synthetic superfine, make a little rope. Then we'll do a little dubbing head. This will also help the feather stay back. And then we tie off. That's a fly-eyed fish, actually. Nice dropper pattern for a small stream, given it's unweighted or low water condition dropper, which is good. That is the Kashimo kabari. Cool. Okay. Let's see here. Next on the list is a Kurobi kabari. Thread tag, peacock curl body, brown hackle. Now, it's a good looking fly, but it's not speaking to me. So we're gonna move down. Ooh, now this is speaking to me. A double hackle, soft hackle. Interesting. I'm gonna try to do this as a mayfly nymph. I don't know if I have black soft hackle. We'll figure something out. I'm gonna tie this on a jig hook. Yeah, to me this one's interesting. The rare double hackled style fly. This rare double hackled style fly that has been used a long time around the Matsumoto in Nagoya Prefecture. When wet, so because this is tied sparse, well tied, the soft hackle is actually going to press against the body. It's not going to pulse as much, and so certainly as a nymph could be an emerger, but I like it. Someone says, what are you doing? I'm tying flies. Tying feathers on hooks. All right. size. We'll do a 12 jig. We're gonna throw a gold bead on ours. Maybe a pink bead. Ooh, yeah, now we're talking. Now we're talking. We'll do a pink bead. And maybe instead of peacock, we use pheasant tail. So this will be a double hackle pheasant tail soft hackle. Inspired by the Matsumoto region of Japan. All right, here we go. Do a little thread dam to lock in our bead. Hopefully our bead's locked in. And then we'll advance the thread. Let's do a little. We've got tying some pheasant tail. Do we go natural pheasant tail or do we do something else? Let's go natural. This one's a nice brown color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fibers. I think that's too many. 4 fibers. We'll do a tip first. We might have to tie in 2 sections of pheasant tail. And we'll try to tie it low on the bend, just to maximize. And then we'll wrap our pheasant tail. Maybe we do a peacock thorax, maybe. If we do just pheasant tail, it will turn out very similar to a teeny nymph, June Teeny's nymph pattern. He had 2 sections of pheasant tail fibers as legs. Anyway, yeah, we'll just see how we feel. I'm looking on this neck to see if there's any suitable feathers. I think all of them are going to be too long, but we can clip and trim and spin our way to victory. So we'll use this one, we'll use half. We could even use the feathers we trimmed out. Yeah, that might be good. So do 1 section lighter, 1 section darker. Now we're on to something. This thread is not good for splitting. Should have changed threads, but we did it. Got a little split. Let's insert the pheasant. This is the feather we used last time for the caddis larva kabari we did. Spin that up nice and slow. It's a lot of material. try to tease it a bit. And then preen it one direction. Some build up in the middle. You might have to trim some of that out. Okay, let's wrap. Wrap and preen. Wrap and preen. Okay. Trim out some of those butts. There's some fibers trapped going forward. Trim it out. Alright. Now, do we wrap the pheasant tail again? Or do we? Yeah, let's do a little bit more pheasant. Because we have it. Maybe one more. Then we'll stop. And then we'll wrap. Tie off. Switch to peacock. Here's some good feathers. One is dyed orange. Got one orange dyed peacock and a regular. Tie in our peacock. And all the way to the pheasant tail and past. And we use that peacock to wrap the thorax. And then we will tie it off. And then we'll add a darker hackle. We can trim some of this up toward this back end here. It's a little heavy. Technically, sparser is going to be better. Technically speaking. Okay, we had our dark feather. Where did it go? We might need a new dark feather. Maybe let's keep looking for the perfect feather. That's too long. That's 2 centimeters too long. Ooh, this one's interesting. So this feather is half dark, half light. What a rare feather. And it's a good length. A smidge long, but let's use it. Take out this webby bit here. Then I'm going to strip out one side. These hen hackle feathers are usually a bit sturdier than the pheasant, and I want those shorties. I'd rather tie it with the top than the back end. So let's go ahead and tie in. Yeah, shiny side facing me, butt facing back. Let's take that off. And we'll wrap-a-dappy. Oh no, we tied this in wrong somehow. Now the feathers are pointing in the wrong direction. But if we counter wrap it, which you should not do this, the feathers face the right direction. And that's enough of those. Tie it off. Trim it up. Pick it out. Bring it back. Slight pinch wrap. Get them pointing back. Oh, buddy. That's a winner. Just a little beefier soft tackle. But to me, that's mayfly imitation. Maybe small stone. And you could cut out some of those soft tackles. It's a little bit overdressed. Knock some of these out. Not too many, just a few. That'd be a good swinging fly. That's the Matsumoto area kabari. That's what we modeled it after. Not quite the same. Definitely not the same. That's what we were inspired by. This is a reverse kabari. traditional Japanese style tie. We've done those before. That one's interesting. Red thread body, little white tag. That's a nice one. Shokawa. Maybe that's it. Let's try to take a look at some other ones he has. The undercover midge. Dry flies in the winter. It's not winter time. We'll have to come back to St. Patrick's Day. This is like I think they call this the grayling killer or waltz worm. Just a yarn body fly. It's a good one. There's a lot of good information on this blog. I'm just looking for something that speaks to me. The Spring Futsu Kabari, that's a nice one. It could be like a blue wing olive thing. Let's do the top 5. Top 5 flies for Tenkara. The Ichiban, red thread body, peacock, reverse hackle. The calligraphy brush. That looks like ostrich. Wire, black thread body, wire rib. Ostrich peacock curl. It's a nice peacock curl. And then what's that hackle? Silver badger. Clear Creek Kabari. I wonder if that's named after Clear Creek, Colorado. His local stream, Clear Creek. The Japanese lantern. Oh, it's got some glass beads on there. That's the one we saw. I think this I guess they pay attention to the hook color as well. That's a blue hook. Yeah, let's do this one. Thread body, wire rib, peacock curl, silver badger. Yeah, we'll do that one. We'll do it on an emerger. I'm thinking summertime dropper. that's how I would fish it. I'm not a Tenkara fisherman, so I don't know how to fish these flies. But I'm a big fan of dropper patterns that aren't heavily weighted, subsurface droppers, especially in the summertime. So I think that's what I'm thinking for this one. What am I doing? I'm not using the right thread. I should be using a better thread. That's a lot of wraps to undo. Let's change up the thread. One of those patterns was quite bright yellow. So maybe we do that. And then again, this would be, could be like a drape, but I'm thinking caddis. Let's do that bright yellow. Wire rib. We'll do black wire rib. And then maybe ostrich herl for the thorax. Change it up. This thread isn't much better. But we don't have that blue hook. I'm going to come back again over that just to build it up a little bit, tying our wire. Black wire, more than we need. Always more than you need. Tying that right on top. I try to at least, right on top of the hook. And then not quite all the way past the thread, a little bit short. We'll go there. We'll wrap our rib. You could use the rotary. I'm not going to make the wrap super tight. I want the yellow to show. And then we'll go there. I think we'll end up wrapping over that last wrap. Knock that off. Don't worry, my scissors are cheap. Cover that wire. For the ostrich. This is a dun colored herl. Let me look at that picture again. So now we're tying closer to the Clear Creek special. Yeah, I think this dun colored herl will be nice. We're just gonna do one dun colored herl. And then we'll do a little hackle. So we are combining the Clear Creek kabari with the calligraphy brush fly. A little bit more, a little bit more, and stop. That calligraphy brush, the Silver Badger, transitions so well with the herl. It makes me think he wrapped the hackle first and then wrapped the herl. This is not Silver Badger, this is just the regular dry fly hackle. But we'll use it. It's not as webby as what he used. I think just a couple wraps of it will give it a little bit of character. Yeah, he must have tied the hackle first and then he used the, yeah, we might have to redo this. Let's redo this. Sorry, ostrich. He wrapped that hackle first and then he wrapped the ostrich over it to press it down. Very clever. That's not a good piece. That's good enough. Okay, so tying the herl, tying the hackle, wrap the hackle, tie off the hackle, preen the hackle, this must be a Japanese technique, wrapping the hackle then wrapping the thorax. Interesting technique. Take some of these out. I don't want a lot of buildup on that hackle. And I'm just preening so it's easier to manage. Just kind of squishing it. And then we wrap our thorax. Somehow we have to finish, we have to tie off our ostrich. This is gonna be harder than I thought, whoa. Somehow we have to, maybe I have to advance my thread, pinch wrap. That makes sense. Too much pinch. Too much pinch. I think that's about as good as we're gonna get it. Then you wrap the ostrich. Right up to that hackle. And where do you tie it off? Tie it off up front or tie it off in the back? Maybe one wrap in the back. And then you can try to advance your thread up front. And we'll tie it off up front. Oh boy. Not like the Japanese. That's tough. Our hackle's all jacked up. Got little emergery vibes to it. This is what I was struggling with. Like that thorax to hackle transition is so smooth. I don't think I would need to actually read instructions on how to do that. Couldn't eyeball it. But we combined this one, the calligraphy brush, with this one, the Clear Creek kabari. That's what we're trying to do. Is Tenkara fly fishing with a cane pole? No, man. Tenkara's its own thing. But they do use flies. Fixed line. Casting's different. The fishing technique is different. Fly fishing, generally, you're casting and drifting. I think the drift is important with Tenkara as well, but they're manipulating the fly as it's in the water. So, yeah. And I think Tenkara is good for certain waters. Obviously, I don't like a bigger river. Is it effective? Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is. All right. Could we do one more? I don't know. I think I'm all Tenkara'd out. This is what we worked on. Whoa, Nelly. Too close. What the heck? Oh, the base of our mount is all jacked up. So we did a double hackled mayfly nymph variation. We did a soft hackled caddis pupa. We started off with this simple thread body dry, which is good. And then our last attempt was a forward hackle, kabari style dropper fly. I think Tenkara has the advantage of being minimal equipment, great for hiking. The rod is telescoping, so and it breaks down into smaller, very small package, so light. There's no reel. There's no plastic coated fly line to deal with. At least I don't think. I think it's like a braided line. It's the people I know who do it and love it. It's a cult, like motorcycle riding. If you ride a motorcycle, you either like riding motorcycles or you don't like riding motorcycles. I think Tenkara fishing is the same thing. You either like it or you don't. And the people who like it are attracted to other people who like it, and the community is very tight. And I think the Tenkara community is one of the reasons people are drawn to it. Like-minded people, at least in the U.S. I think in Japan it's more of an art, but in the U.S. it's very much identity, experimental, alternative. Do I know people that go back and forth like traditional fly fishing in Tenkara? Not really, no. I know some fly fishermen will try it once in a while. I know some fly fishermen have introduced it to get their partner involved in fly fishing, and that's been great. I know some fly fishermen who just throw an indicator with a weighted fly and use their Tenkara rod to nymph with, and that's very effective. Yeah, so it's not, one is not better than the other. It is just something. But the Japanese style flies are very, very technical, and I appreciate the design of them, the simplicity. You're seeing one or two materials used, and that, to me, that's awesome. That's the way it should be. You know, the Tenkara flies are less commercial. The fly shop flies these days, you have to buy 6-7 different things to tie a fly, which is ridiculous. So there's some things to be appreciated about it. But that is all. All right, finished. I will see you all on the next one.